In today's video, we talk about the new upcoming No Man's Sky update right around the horizon. We talk what it could be, and then we get into dangerous speculation territory to which all of you will become way overhyped and way underdelivered on and then blame me for. Right here in the LZ. My fellow travelers, welcome back to the LZ. So good to see all of you again. And I have come back to you after, what is it now? 2 months that I haven't delivered anything on this channel after a banging 2 million views anniversary was reached. Thank you all so much for coming by to hang out in the LZ. So we'll get right to it today. Now, of course, our father, the creator, Sean Murray, has previously forbidden us from biting from the apple, has given us the apple emoji today, and I will talk about what that definitely means, what it could mean, and what it likely won't mean. For the uninitiated just jumping into the No Man's Sky ocean, if Sean Murray tweets a single emoji, that means that an update is well on the way, likely landing Wednesday, this upcoming up. Now, of course, what it definitely means is that this has already been pre-announced. I think it's been a year or so that Hello Games have announced that No Man's Sky was coming to macOS. Now, that doesn't mean that it's coming to iOS. I don't know if there was anything specifically to iOS, but definitely Macs will be able to play No Man's Sky. It's one of the final platforms for No Man's Sky to show up on, sans a Nintendo 64 version that I would absolutely love. I think right now this is pretty clear really what the actual main aspect of this new emoji means. Now, what we also know, and if look up in the cards in the upper right-hand corner there for this video, where modders found new space stations and space station overhauls in the game's code. We reported on that a few weeks ago. That content is still pending. It did not launch with the previous update, but it could be pretty well on the horizon here, which I'm really excited for. Those are things that we do know. Now, that's not saying that space stations will be coming along with this new update. The previous update did not get a new expedition, so I would imagine this would be a good time to expect one. They're usually pretty good about putting out a new expedition, particularly when it's launching on a new platform. One thing that I definitely would caution folks on who are watching this, who have any kind of expectations on what this new Apple update might mean. Commonly I should probably say commonly when No Man's Sky launches on a new platform most recently, you wouldn't need to expect it to be that deep of a content update. The only update that has launched on another platform and also launched with significant content improvements and new content was the No Man's Sky Next update like 5 years ago. But subsequently, when new updates launched with new platforms like PSVR, PSVR 2, Nintendo Switch, if you do not have those platforms, then really your mileage may vary on how much you enjoy this update. So I would recommend that you steel your expectations on what this update might include. Now, something that does bear mentioning now that we've talked about the main aspect that we know of, macOS, and the possibility of these new space stations, I did see some speculation on Twitter this morning that I thought kind of bared repeating, because here's the thing. These emojis are not always that matter of fact. There's been an emoji tweeted with every single update, and every emoji has meant either something very direct or very indirect, which could very well dictate the level of content. If you ask me, the Apple is really significant of the Apple update or the Mac OS update on Apple platform. Seems like a pretty much given, but the speculation that I saw on Twitter this morning called out parts of an Apple. So let's say the Apple core. We know we know the space stations still have their cores that are largely inaccessible with the station override keys that we've gotten like 2 years ago now, I think it was. Those items do virtually nothing, and we've been kind of waiting on the sort of expansion or availability of those to see what those do. Yet another thing that could likely come with the expansion of the new space stations, right? So that's some pretty solid speculation, it feels like. It may not happen, but I mean, there is precedent with these previous updates. There is precedent for those kinds of things happening that correlate with the emoji and the update itself. Another person in my Twitter feed mentioned seeds, apple seeds particularly, but seeds. In games like No Man's Sky and Minecraft and much of these procedural generated games, they come with seeds. Actually, most popular with Minecraft. If you had a Minecraft seed, it was essentially the world that you could spread around or share with other people. You just give them the seed or create your own seed and share that around, and that would effectively be the world. Seeds coming to No Man's Sky would be something super awesome, because that would mean that, and again, dangerous speculation here, that you could create your own galactic seed, which does have precedent in No Man's Sky. You can do it since pretty much the beginning of the game when you reach the center, or you have found or you finished the Atlas path where you could sort of create your own galaxy. Spoiler alert, that does literally nothing. One of the biggest disappointments I have with No Man's Sky is the galactic core, or the fact that, hey, you created a galaxy, and that doesn't mean anything. So seeds having some kind of function within No Man's Sky would be pretty neat for me to kind of just create my own experience. No Man's Sky, with last year's later updates, did give you deep customization in how you play your experience, right? All the way down to the difficulty, how much things could cost, etc., etc. That would be a pretty cool addition if it's done correctly. So to recap, macOS we definitely know about, and this will likely be that update. Space Station overhaul, still very much a thing. We don't know if that will be part of this update or not, though I would be surprised if it's not at this point. And that's looking at things in a really deep and matter-of-fact way. What do you think? Want to hear about you in the comments. Let me know what you think this update is going to include. And I guess we'll see you on Wednesday.